any of those ultimates with their own, but now they can truly bully out the point if they want. Two-man sound barrier, huh?
Oh. Wonder if that got kind of split up by a bubble from Hottie. At least Vigilante is dead and Chio is low. London are just gonna send it to the point to get the flip as soon as possible, but they lost Landon during the cross. SparkR double kill.
Meta just applies so much pressure, and it's actually really strong against a lot of these Rhine teams in spite of the success of this in the past versus Goats, but there's the res coming out as well on the tree.
The res, the price for Saints right now. Spitfire, though, are happy with their one pick. Let's see angle here, though. SparkR's bodyguarding Tree right now. He's not letting him go anywhere. The shots are accurate. The sticky bombs even more so. Vega and Tree.
Better now.
EMP out. Catches both the backline members of the London Spitfire. I think, did Admiral get Ajax by the EMP? I think he did. Oh, that's just tragic, isn't it? SparkR picks up two of the Deadeye. Brings London Spitfire back into things. A third, a fourth. Oh boy, okay. Anti-nade thrown in. Primal Ratio being forced out. Spitfire have to use ultimates pretty early here. And Skyreap is looking the other way. Meanwhile, SparkR's doing some real work. Skyreap is literally 1v2 in the back and not dead yet. How? SparkR has gotten 3 on the other side.
Dive him this time, and it's sure as heck not going to be lethal.
Oh, Checkmate making a big dive. No focusing beam at the moment, and that means that you can rebuff this attack using the nano. SparkR starts to hit the shot slam, and this could be an opening for London.
Oh, and the final shot at the Trong is nasty. Someone...
Specifically for the defense, you have some great sight lines to be able to allow your team to play a little...
On the attack, they literally ran their way through King's Row. Taking a look at SparkR's highlights, he got a quick 3K over here. Over on the other side, he was uncontested. He went up and making the swap over to the Echo. Yeah, he found Hottie, but here comes SparkR finding shot after shot. Earlier on, we saw Justice on the attack, or on the defensive set here. SparkR is literally what? How is he still alive? He managed to survive and still fights Alpha.
A dragon, but how do they're gonna have to come out into the open to play against CMP, and that's gonna be a big one. Oh, they're gonna get Skyreap down right away, so he's not gonna have that AM Matrix.
Spark in the bright spot here for the Spitfire, constantly able to find sometimes random kills, or at least that's our assessment of them, or at least trades there. He and Hardy combining are able to force the Mayhem back.
SparkR back to the point, but that's where the Outlaws want to be. They need a cap here, and this is the dive susceptibility that Violet and Shu both have as backliners gets exploited by the London Spitfire, and they are...
If you can spot any intel, where is London Spitfire trying to engage this point from?
Already with Kai taking that back angle, though, looking great, but SparkR getting the first pick onto Kevster is going to be huge. That's going to be putting a dent into the ult charge for Backbone and that Blizzard. Spitfire on the other side here. Dante taking a good amount of damage. Just playing patiently in the back, and they're trying to go for the disengage, but SparkR with another pick onto Dante. So now putting a dent onto Dante's Annihilation and Kevster's Blizzard, as this is going to force the Glads to back away in time and give the control point to Spitfire first.
SparkR's been on fire already to kick off this match. I know that we've only seen one team fight here, but an early pick really opened the doors for London Spitfire to get this defense started. And now that you can see Hottie start to work up to the door, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the Gladiators to come back into this point. As you mentioned, Dante on the Ramatra having his ultimate charge stunted a little bit here, as you see Hottie almost to that Earth Shatter. SparkR as well, with the amount of work that he was able to put into that first team fight, almost has the Dragon Strike online as well.
And Kevster had gone down previously there too, and now Backbone has been able to round off the Blizzard a lot closer. First here, the window goes up, the Immortality Field comes in from Landon. The immediate flicker around, and SparkR gets another pick onto Dante, make it 2 onto Kai now. SparkR
to deal with the trace, the recall also out of there. Kalush still being poked down. They really want to focus him out of this fight, considering he's going to be a big proponent, but SparkR, nice shot onto OG. Let's see this, SparkR over the top, can find the Dragon Strike. Then, and what does he do after that? Looks for the back line through the Dragon Strike. I mean, that's so much screen clutter. I don't know how you find that shot, but also with the fall through onto Sam. I mean, he's been playing lights out so far on Havana. Surely they know how to break the composition that they pretty much mirrored on their first attack. They rotate towards the cart. Maywall used it vertically, actually, to separate that back line, but both Maywalls eventually go down in this fight. And SparkR with the off angle with Hattie eventually finds Kalush also onto Hydron. And, now in this fight, you don't have that pickoff potential. You called it earlier, Moxie. It seems like the Hanzo is who goes for a charge against the Reinhardt with the Shadow, but eventually the Mayult does freeze Hattie, and the counter charge now comes through, but it's Kalush who loses his life. SparkR finds Hydron as well, and even though Hydron found Hattie, SparkR again finds Ultraviolet with that Ant Matrix over the top. Nobody else here except just OG on the payload, and I don't even know if they get a rig test, even with the teleport here. It looks like they're going to go for it, Moxie.
But they're going to be walking into a Dragon Strike. They're going to be relying on this Shatter to be able to set up this contest, but if the Shatter hits, they've got a Dragon Strike to cut the Rhino away. That's already a Mortality Field!
And now the Shatter was used by Kalush last second, thinking they had a chance, but buddy, you didn't have a chance versus from his backline. The Sleep Dart used from Ultraviolet can use it aggressively since he doesn't. Oh my god, SparkR, what a shot from him. Just makes me eat my words when I was talking about Ultraviolet. He just shuts down Hydron early.
Majority of that match, especially that first fight, Defiant don't get to use Hydra and Sojourn as a win condition because they're so worried about either Ultraviolet or the Ana or Hydron or even Sam stepping out of position and going straight into that one shot because, oh boy, Hanzo is absolutely lethal when he has that space to be able to work with.